What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen. It is time, as the title says, ladies and gentlemen. It is time, the big one, the one that everyone has been looking forward to from the beginning of the season, guys. This is the one game throughout the season I'm always looking forward to, but this time round, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm so excited for this one, like that. It is El Classico preview, guys. I do a lot of preview shows, but listen, man, I had to do a preview for this one because listen, it's the pricks. It is the pricks time, man. And listen, at the end of the day, Barcelona in great form. But listen, Madrid are coming back to their form, but we're gonna get into it, lads. So make sure before we get started, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, guys. Listen, at the end of the day, man, it's gonna be an amazing stream. Make sure you guys share this everywhere, guys. Make sure you guys share this everywhere. Big up to my guy every single time. Godfrey, man. Big up to my guy Godfrey every single time. He's always supporting, man. Every single time. Big up to you, man. Big up to everyone who's currently locked in. We already got like 5 people in here, man. Like people, listen, man. Make sure you guys like the stream, guys. Make sure you guys like the stream. But yeah, man, it's El Clasico time. It is El Clasico time. And listen, I am so gassed about this El Clasico because both of these teams have just come back from destroying German teams in the Champions League. And look, at the end of the day, this is going to be a tough game because it is away at the Bernabeu. But look, El Clasico, I've always said it, man. There is no favorites when it comes to El Clasicos. We could come in good form, play against Madrid and lose, and Madrid can come in good form, play against us and lose. And luckily for both of us is that we're both coming into this game in good form. So at the end of the day, what am I expecting to see? I'm expecting a good performance. I'm expecting a great game today. And listen, at the end of the day, both of our teams are in good form, and this is the one basically I'm looking forward to. And listen, before we do continue, make sure you guys like the stream, guys. Sorry, I'm looking around, guys. I'm still completing my setup. As you guys know, being subscribers to my channel, this is a terrible habit of mine, like messing up my entire schedule. But listen, at the end of the day, both of these two teams are coming into this game in very, very, very good form, and I've been very impressed with us. Let me first of all start with Madrid. Madrid's form so far this season has been quite interesting to say the least. They're still undefeated in the league. Because at the end of the day, we know what Madrid are like, man. Like, it doesn't always have to be pretty, but they seem to always get it done when they need to get it done. And because of that kind of mindset, like, it's always hard to play these guys. But look, at the end of the day, I would say ever since the international break, they've actually improved. Their performance have improved, and so have their wins. Vinicius is finally stepping up. Mbappe is beginning to improve, but he needs time. I still believe that we haven't seen the best version of Kylian Mbappe yet. And I will get into the lineups and the formations too. But I do want to talk about mainly about Kylian Mbappe because he has not really had a good start at Madrid, the start that many people expected of him. But to be fair, he's scoring goals even though he's not been performing well. If you for 1 second do bear with me. Let's take a look at this. Look now. This actually Madrid's form coming into this game. Like, obviously, this is how they started the season. They drew against Mallorca in the opening game. They won 3-0 against Valladolid, drew against Las Palmas. And also, since then, they were actually in very, very good form. They were going on winning streaks and keeping clean sheets. But I'll say this about these performances. And listen, at the end of the day, Madrid fans will even attest to this. They haven't necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily say they were very, very good in these games. I mean, even Madrid fans, the most staunchest Madrid fan will even admit that in some of these games, they were very, very lucky. I remember this game against Betis. I actually watched them against Betis. They didn't have a good first half. They stepped up in the second half. In this game against Sociedad, man, Sociedad was shit. Like, they were awful in this game. And at the end of the day, Madrid had 2 penalties and they got the win. The same thing applies for the game against Stuttgart and every other game. I would say, for me, the moment that Madrid really started playing well was probably when they played Atletico Madrid. I think the game against Atletico Madrid was actually a very, very good game. They actually played very well, and they were very, very unlucky because they were leading for most of the game, and they ended up conceding right at the end for Atletico to get a point, and they ended up losing this game. And I think this was the game when they lost this game that they finally woke up and realized that they needed to step up. But and since then, their game against Villarreal was a competent performance. They played absolutely amazing in that game, and they got the win. And in the game against Celta Vigo, they had to work for it, but they got the win. And obviously, we all saw what happened in the Champions League when they played what's the name? Dortmund. But listen, Dortmund have been awful this season. So listen, man, big up to Godfrey, big up to Kaneki. Prime. Listen, Kaneki, man, where is he? Like listen, I would have loved to have had him on this preview. I would have loved to have had him in this preview. But listen, man, I haven't seen him yet. But yeah, guys, give me a second, guys. Let me check what's actually on my door right now. I'll be right back. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. That wouldn't happen again. This always seems to happen to me whenever I'm doing these streams. But my point is, right? Real Madrid did not start the season well at all. They were actually very, very, very poor. However, this is what is important. They actually have managed to get back to very good form ever since the international break, funny enough. And we've seen Vinicius be in very, very good form. And obviously, they were down 2-0 in this game against Dortmund. However, they did, to be fair, come back and actually did well enough to actually get back into the game. And this is the thing about Real Madrid. It's not that their performances that are worrying. It's usually their commitment to coming back when they're down. I think that is what is scary about the Madrid team. If you're everyone else now, as a Barca fan, I will say this: I don't really know what it's like to be in that kind of position because as a Barcelona fan, we're not usually in the receiving end of these comebacks because we don't underestimate them, which is very important to think of. We don't underestimate Real Madrid when we play them in the El Clasico, and I feel like in Europe sometimes teams get a little bit lenient when they play against Real Madrid, and sometimes that leniency is what actually ends up costing them a lot in these kinds of games. So I think that against us is going to be different. And if they give us the chances that they were giving away against Dortmund, they will be in big, big, big trouble. Now, as far as Real Barcelona is concerned, I will say this about us. If you look at our form, I can't really say much about our form apart from just incredible, to be honest with you. We we weren't expected to be anywhere near the title race. I'm gonna be very real. Anyone who knows me knows I was critical of the season from the moment the season started. I was extremely critical. I didn't know what to expect, right? I was literally screaming from the top of my lungs that we needed to go out and actually sign some players. And in the end, we didn't bring in any new players, and we ended up losing a lot of players. And we only brought in one player in the transfer window. And it was worrying me, I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, we did ended up starting the season well. We were awful in this game. We're awful in these three games. Let's call it off what it is. These first three games, we were very, very poor. And I was not exactly, it wasn't feeling with confidence. But after this game against Real Valladolid, this is the moment when I started to see something different about the team. There was something different about this team when we destroyed these guys. It was an absolute domination. And funny enough, it was actually around the end of the transfer window and entering the international break. And when we got into the international break, we actually ended up coming back and playing one of the teams that beat us twice last season, dominated us, to be fair, twice last season in Girona. They absolutely destroyed us last season. But guess what? We destroyed them at home, at their home. And now, obviously, we stumbled in this game against Monaco, but this is the biggest credit I will give to Hansi Flick and to this Barca team is that when we lose, there's a mentality of fight back that this team has, because when we lost this game, it was a deflating defeat. However, when we came back that same weekend in the league, we were playing against an undefeated Villarreal team, and not only did we defeat them, we absolutely crushed them. And that is what actually made me so happy to see when we played these guys. Unreal. But yeah, so if it wasn't for Flick, Barca wouldn't be this good. Credit to him. No, you're right, Nick. You are 100% right. Like, for me, I've always said this: a good manager improves a team. A bad manager ruins a good team. You understand what I'm saying? Hansi Flick, I think, has shown. I think a lot of people who were looking at him when he lost his job with the German national team, we're kind of looking at him thinking, is he that guy? Was he lucky to just stumble into that Bayern Munich team and all of these stuff? I think now people are beginning to see that, yeah, he is the truth. He is the truth, bro. Like, for him to come to this Barcelona team that was completely dead last season, completely dead, right? To come into this Barca team and actually build the team to where we are now is the biggest compliment I can give this manager of ours. He's incredible. He's an absolutely incredible manager. And at the end of the day, I have to give him credit for this. See, this big up to Godfrey. He says, this is what happens when you have a competent manager. Credit to Flick. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. What can I say, Godfrey? You're looking at managers like Ten Hag at United, like sitting there, yeah, like, basically ruining the team and basically just sitting there pretending like they're not doing anything wrong. Absolutely disgraceful. And you're seeing this performance, and I'm like, at the end of the day, you're seeing this team, this Barca team, under this manager, under this squad, where he's had 9 first team injuries and still managing to keep this club afloat. Like, what does that tell you about how good this guy is? Levels, man. Like, just like us, big up to Nick. He says, just like Aston Villa, Emery made them that good. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Aston Villa actually have a very good team. It's kind of like where West Ham have been in the past few seasons, right? Where they sign these good players, but they always get the wrong manager. And that is the difference between them and Aston Villa. Aston Villa actually went on and actually get a good manager with a good team, and they ended up and they're flying. But yeah, man, listen, at the end of the day, like I was saying, when we lost to Monaco and we came back and we dominated Villarreal, that showed me a lot about this team's mentality. It showed me a lot about this team's mentality. It showed me that this team, they have a strong mindset. You understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we played Getafe where we were not that good, but at the end of the day, we got the win, which is what is important. Now we stumbled here. This was our first defeat of the season, and for many people, they were looking at this thinking this is gonna be the moment when they're finally going to basically fall off. But no, we ended up playing Young Boys, and listen, when we played against Young Boys, we actually won 5-0. But I'll say this: the performance was actually poor, but playing very poorly, the performance being poor did not change the fact that we ended up winning. And we came back and won against Alaves, an absolute dominance. We played Sevilla after the international break, and we dominated them. And we recently just did what we did to Bayern Munich. And see, this is where the point I always come back to whenever I talk about these games, right? At the end of the day, Barcelona, right? We have this thing where at the end of the day, under this new management, is that you can never write us off. We can lose games, but the players' mentality is so strong that they will come back in the next game and they'll be doing well. And for that reason, I am more confident than I usually am. However, I will say this: despite all the praises I give to Hansi Flick, one thing I will say about this game against Madrid is that Madrid have pace. Their is scary. And the biggest problem that we have at Barca, I know under this under Hansi Flick's tactic, is the high line. If we play that high line against Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe, we are done for. Because those two players, they're not just fast, bro. These two are two of the fastest players in world football. They are on a level of their own when it comes to pace. So imagine a club like Barcelona having to play against a team like this in the form that they're in. It's absolutely ridiculous. And at the end of the day, it does worry me a lot. It really does. Because at the end of the day, I want us to win, but I know that against Madrid, we're going to give them chances. And that is what scares me. That is what really, really, really scares me, is the fact that I know we're going to give these guys chances. And at the end of the day, as a Barca fan, that is worrying, because we know that this Madrid team have threats up front. Like, at the end of the day, you can talk about their defense, they can talk about anything else, but that front line is an absolute joke. But yeah, big up to Godfrey, man. Like, this is the thing. This is what worries me about the game. We're playing against a Madrid team with a high line. You saw that game against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich were taking advantage of the high line that we were playing. They were absolutely taking advantage of it. They were dominating us going forward. But at the end of the day, we got the win because, let's be real, they're poor. They're poor. And this Madrid team are not poor. They're actually very good. They're not playing well performance-wise, but they're winning games. So when we play them, I am worried. I am extremely worried, because I know that if we play that high line, they're just going to stand behind the high line because they know they don't have to go forward. They have the pace to go forward. And especially if they were to play Luka Modric in that game. If Luka Modric comes in alongside Valverde, when they play those long passes, man, it's going to be a long night for us, man. It really is. And I hope that we don't play too high of a line, honestly. But listen, guys, make sure you guys smash the likes, man. We got 7 people in here. Make sure you guys smash the likes, guys. Come on. Let's get these likes up, man. Let's get these likes up. But yeah, basically, when it comes down to it, there is a lot of issues that I see in our club, mainly our defense. We have Kobashi and Inigo Martinez, who, to be fair, have been doing well, but at the end of the day, I have to be realistic. We haven't exactly played anyone of worry probably since we play Bayern Munich. I would say Bayern Munich is like the first game where we actually play someone where I'm like, all right, we're actually gonna get tested here. And we passed the test. So big up to the team. Big up to Nick. He says, little bit both Madrid clubs. Ask little manager to beat Madrid. You know what? I probably will. But yeah, man, big up to Lille, man. Like they're doing so well in the Champions League this season. They really are. But the point still stands when it comes to Barcelona, to Real Madrid. They are they're not easy. They're not nice to watch on the eye, but they always find a way to win. And that kind of mentality is it's worrying if you're a Barca fan, because we do give chances away. And because we give chances away, it worries me. It really does. And I hope that, the team can wake up from this and actually perform. But at the end of the day, God knows what's gonna happen. Um, but I'm still confident, because because as much as I'm praising Madrid's attack, I would say this about Madrid. Their defense is poor. Vasquez, I know he scored in their last game, but Vasquez is not a good player, man. He is not a good player. He is actually very, very poor. And if they play us, I'm actually like thinking I'm actually fancying my chances against that defense, to be very, very perfectly honest with you. I think that our defense is good enough to pose problems for them. So at the end of the day, what's going to happen, we'll see. Um, but look, at the end of the day, I'm actually looking for the press conference because I know that there was a press conference, but and to be fair, the managers actually had a lot to say. I saw Ancelotti actually was saying, hold on, let me actually pull it up. He was actually talking about how how Hansi Flick has basically changed the way we're playing his Barca's philosophy, which is not wrong to be perfectly honest. He is right about that. Yeah, yeah, he is. And you know what's crazy? He's a right back. So imagine he's a right back. So he's gonna be on either Yamal because we play a rotating fullback. We play a rotating winger. So we sometimes we can have what's his name on the right back on the left wing, Yamal on the left wing, or Rafinha. And either way, man, it's gonna be a long night for Vasquez. It really is. It really is going to be a long night for him. But listen, long may it continue, man. Hold on, guys. Let me actually pull this up. Make sure you guys smash the likes, man. Make sure you guys smash these likes. But yeah, Ancelotti actually says, yeah, he was saying a few things. I'm actually trying to get all the quotes. Sorry about that. Oh, my internet is actually running a little slow. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, apologies for that, guys. My internet was just freezing for a second. Anyway, Ancelotti basically said this. He said the philosophy has changed a bit. It's a team that plays differently, more direct. I don't want to compare the work with Xavi, but because for me, Xavi did a fantastic job with Barcelona in his own way with his ideas. Many times we struggled and lost against Xavi. This is a slightly different Barcelona, which we respect as just as much as Xavi. With Barcelona similar on top form, Ancelotti faces, yeah, basically, this is what basically he's saying that against Barcelona, against Xavi's Barcelona, we actually played very very well against them. Xavi actually had a. To be fair, this is something I do give him credit for. He is right. Xavi, he actually had a few wins against them. He beat them 4-0. Yeah, I think that was in his first Classico, if I'm not mistaken. He beat them like 4-0. That was actually a great. I remember. I think we beat them 4-0 the first time we actually played them in the Champions League. I'm sorry, in the Classico, and because of that, I think that I understand where he's coming from because even though yes they did have wins, we had more wins than even I expected when we played them in the champion in La Liga, and because of that, I am still confident despite all of it because I see a lot of weaknesses in this Madrid team. To be perfectly honest with you, I really do, and because I see a lot of weaknesses, I am not going to rule out us beating them. So hopefully we can. Hopefully I can be proven right. To be perfectly honest with you, but yeah, man. Listen, as far as potential lineups is concerned, we the good news at Barcelona is that we have had so many of our key players return during the international break. We saw De Jong returning. We saw Gavi was back. We've seen uh we've seen the Fermin Lopez. He actually started against Bayern. We've seen Dani Olmo. So we've actually seen a lot of our key players return to the first team, which is good news if you're a Barcelona fan. Like because at the end of the day, we want our best players to be on the team. And because of that, I am actually more confident. You understand what I'm saying? I think that our midfield being back is a good news. Our attack is doing well. So what can I expect? I think that this is good news. And especially when you consider the fact that Madrid have injury problems. Courtois is not going to be playing in the Classico, and neither is Rodrigo. So what how will that affect them? Because Courtois is a key goalkeeper. However, Lunin is actually not a bad keeper himself. The guy last season, when Courtois was out with an ACL injury, he stepped up. He really, really, really stepped up. He was actually a very, very good player for them. Like he was really slept on during his time at Madrid. Right? He's actually a very underrated goalkeeper. I think that he's actually very, very good going forward. I'm sorry, yeah, as a goalkeeper, as a number two. But at the end of the day, losing Rodrigo, I feel like is going to be more important because I think people really underestimate just how good Rodrigo is. Rodrigo is Rodrigo is actually very underrated because the guy he always turns up in the big games. Like that's one thing that people don't give him credit for. He turns up for the big games, and because he turns up for the big games, I think that people need to really give these guy give him put some respect on his name. Honestly, they really need to because he's actually a very 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 good player. But as far as Barcelona's lineup is concerned, I think that we will play our own game. Between Chesney, many people have been asking me who would be our goalkeeper. When is Chesney gonna make his debut? Honestly, I think that I don't know if he's gonna make his debut on the El Classico. I think it's more likely he might make his debut after the El Classico, maybe in our next Champions League game. But I think it's more likely that he will probably play in the in the Champions League, like I said. I think Iñaki Peña will keep his place in goal. I think that we will still have the same defense of Kobashi and Inigo Martinez because they are our only fit centre backs. I think we'll still see Kunde play at right back. We'll still see um, Alejandro Balde at left back. And the midfield is where I wonder if Hansi Flick is going to change the midfield. Um, hmm, that's actually very interesting. Is he going to change the midfield? I think it's more likely that Casado is going to keep his place because Casado has actually been playing incredibly well. And you, who is he going to partner him with? That is actually the big question. Who's he going to partner him with? Because there's all our midfielders are back. I think that is more likely that Pedri is going to be his partner. I think we're going to see Pedri because I think Dani Olmo is going to come back to the first team. I think he's going to start against Madrid. Um, Obviously, Daniel Mo will play as in the 10. We're going to be having Rafinha out in the left. We're going to have Yamal on the right. And then finally, up front, we have the informed guy in the team, Robert Lewandowski. Now, as far as Madrid's lineup is concerned, I'm not going to go too much detail with Madrid's lineup. I think, I, obviously, I've actually, listen, big up to Jacob from Let's Be Real podcast. He actually was talking about their lineups, and he was telling me how what kind of lineup that they'll potentially play. I would say this about their lineups: if they do play it wouldn't surprise me if Ancelotti goes for the diamond, especially if because I know Ancelotti is a guy who watches a lot of opponents' games. So I'm sure he probably watched the game against Bayern Munich and he saw the high line that we were playing. So it wouldn't necessarily surprise me if he decided to play a diamond in the midfield. So you probably play either Camavinga, Chouameni in the midfield, and you probably play Valverde and Modric, and then play Bellingham at the tip of the diamond, and then play Vinicius and Mbappe as the strikers. And the reason I think he's gonna start Modric is because Modric for the past few games has actually been playing quite well. He's got an assist in his last two games. And one thing about Modric is he's very good at the long passing. And especially the fact that we're playing a high line, I think that he might decide to just start him in that game. Big up to Godfrey. He says, Rodrigo's underrated. Facts, Omar. Yeah, man. Like he's gonna be a huge miss for them, Godfrey. He's gonna be a very, very huge miss for their team, man. He really is. Says Vinicius tends to get the spotlight more often. You know what it is? I'll put it this way. Um, Rodrigo is the guy when Real Madrid are losing. Rodrigo is the guy who will get the goal to basically get the comeback started. The goal that makes them believe. If you're 1-0 down, it's it's Rodrigo who will score the basically the equalizer, and then Vinicius will score the winner. And because Vinicius scores the winner, people will always give him the plaudits. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I could always look at it. Because even against Dortmund, he wasn't necessarily having a good game before they scored that first goal. When they got the first goal, um, when Rudiger scored that first goal and then he got the equalizer, that's when things started to change. And you saw after they scored that third goal, when Vasquez scored that third goal, he just went on a madness. So yeah, Vinicius is that kind of player. And listen, I'm not taking anything away from Vinicius. Vinicius is a top player. And listen, he's also clutch. Don't ever get it twisted. He's turned up in the big games. And because of that, I'm not sleeping on him at all. The, yeah, like I said, man, they're gonna play the diamond. I think they're gonna play the diamond against us. Um, but look, at the end of the day, there is a lot of good news as far as like I said, Barcelona is concerned. However, like I said, for me, the bad news, especially when we play them, is that we are so poor going forward. I'm sorry, we're so poor, poor defensively that it worries me what this team is going to do on a real. Yeah, for the R class. Apologies, guys. Make sure you guys like the stream. Make sure you guys are liking the stream. Come on, man. Let's get the likes up, man. Let's get the likes up. Let's get to at least 10 likes before the end of the stream. Let's get to at least 10 likes before the end of the stream, guys. But yeah. Um, so yeah, man. Listen, at the end of the day, honestly, I was probably gonna do this with someone else, but at the end of the day, I just decided to just go live on my own this time around. However, I will say this, for as far as the game is concerned, it's very interesting. I don't know what to expect. I'm praying the bias, the Barca fan in my heart is saying we're gonna get the win, but will we get the win? That is the big $1 million question. Um, honestly, I think it's more likely that if we both come in good in the form that we've been, both of us, it wouldn't surprise me if we drew this game. And it's not just going to be any draw. I think this is going to be a crazy draw. It's going to be like a I don't know, like a 3-3, 2-2, something like that. And especially the way our attackers are moving, like Rafinha and Vinicius just got hat tricks before the Classico. So at the end of the day, it's quite it's quite impressive from both of these teams. However, I will also, but I'll keep standing by what I say. I think that we have a good team, and I think that we can beat them. But just like I believe that we can beat them, I think they can beat us. I think that if you're looking at this on paper, at the end of the day, they are the favorites. Because why? Because they're at home. Now, I said that when it comes to El Clasico, there's no such thing as home teams and away teams, and nobody should really take too much emphasis on that. But you gotta put it into context, especially in a game like this when both teams are in good form. Home advantage is important in games like this, and because of that, my prediction, biased part of me is saying we're gonna win 3-2, but the fan in me, but the realistic guy in me is saying that we're gonna draw this game 2-2 or 3-3. And listen, if we get a draw against them, I would take it. I would take it. Like for the first El Clasico away at the Bernabeu to get a draw, not to lose. That's good, man. At the end of the day, that's a good week for me. That's honestly what I want to see. However, I want to beat them, man. I'm gonna be very real. I think us beating them will it will send a statement in Europe. I think that a lot of people are beginning to notice how good we are. I think people are beginning to really see just how good we are. But I don't think people are. I think people are like, okay, well, they have not really been tested. We haven't really seen them really have like that game where they're really being tested. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe that us beating Madrid will actually show everyone that this is not just a false dawn. This Barcelona team are here to stay. And that's why in my heart I want us to win. That's why in my heart I want us to win, guys. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a very, very good game, to be perfectly honest with you. What can I expect? I expect us to perform well, but look at this Pearl guy. Look at this Nick guy, man. You're moving a little bit mad, man. But listen, man, make sure you guys put in the comments. What do you guys think the score is gonna be? What do you think the score is gonna be, guys? Do you think that Barcelona can get the win? Do you think that it's gonna be a draw most likely, or do you think the Madrid are gonna get it done? Um, I'm confident, but I'm not too confident. That's how I look at it. I am not too confident because on a real against Madrid, against that front line of Vini and Mbappe. Oh my days, my days. Pray for our defense, man. I pray to God that we don't play that high line. Please, please, I beg, do not play that high line against like oh my days. But yeah, man. Let's see. Big up to Lulo. He says beating Madrid would send a huge statement. Beating Madrid would boost us in levels. People have forgotten how good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that people are beginning. You know what it is, Lou? I think people are beginning to realize just how good we are. I think in the beginning of the season, people wrote us off. But it's the fact that we're not just winning, it's the way we've been dominating teams that have actually been making people think, oh, this Barcelona team is scary. This Barcelona team is scary. I think that if we beat Madrid away at the Bernabeu and beat them convincingly, I think then people are going to be like, all right, this team, people, we need to watch out for this team. But yeah, big up to Nick, man. He says 4-3 or 3-2 either way. You know what? This is probably the most realistic scoreline. It's just gonna be like back and forth between these two teams. It really is. It really is going to be. But he says 3-2 Real Madrid because they're playing at home. You know what? I actually do hear it because yes, in a game like this where you have two teams in Barca and Madrid in the top of their form, right? Both of them the game could go either way. Home advantage, those fans will play a huge role into why we win. Into why we either win or we lose. But big up Dancy every single time, man. Big up to you, Dancy, every single time. But yeah, Barcelona. What do I expect? I expect us to win. I pray that we win, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, Madrid are they're not playing entertaining, but they win games. That is what is important. They are winning. At the end of the day, people need to understand certain clubs, you can look at them playing the way they are playing, like Madrid are playing, and say, no, it's not consistent enough. But for a club like Madrid, you know they are capable of holding on and actually continuing like this for the rest of the season and getting the wins, getting the league titles. Because they've won league titles when they've not been playing well. I don't think last season they were necessarily that good. However, the thing is, they have Ancelotti, and Ancelotti, when it comes to him, he always finds a way every single time. He always finds a way. So hopefully he doesn't find a way against us. I hope that we can find a way to get the W. But listen, at the end of the day, only God knows, man. Only God knows. Yeah. My brother, I honestly feel like we sit back. I honestly feel like if we sit back, we'll lose. I think we should play a high line tomorrow. Maybe not as aggressive as Bayern Munich, but a high line, yes. See, this is where I hear what you mean. I think I'm not necessarily saying we should sit back. I don't think we should sit back. However, you also have to remember who we're playing, Lou. Madrid's front line is Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr., two players who are not just fast. These guys are not fast. These guys are rapid. These guys, these guys can go over 100 within seconds. You understand what I'm saying? So if we play in the high line, if they play the diamond and they play Modric in that midfield, bro, do you trust our high line? Do you want to play a high line against Mbappe and Vinicius? Like you saw that game against Bayern, how many times they were cutting through that high line. So yeah, man, I don't think we should play too much of a high line. I'm not saying we should sit back. I don't think we should sit back, but we don't have to play. Basically, the line doesn't have to be as high as it usually is. That's the point I'm trying to make. We can play a high line, but don't play the high line all the way to the center midfield. It's absolutely ridiculous. It says Barca hate Madrid. Form means nothing. Madrid will win 2-0. I'm more of a Barca fan. Don, do you think that they can keep us out from scoring? Have you seen Madrid? Have you seen the chances that Madrid give away? I think I've spoken to the most staunchest Madrid fan, and I'm going to actually talk to him because he's actually on the chat. But even Sam will tell you, man, like defensively, they give away too many chances. And Barcelona, we have been clinical this season when we've been given chances. So, yeah, man. This big up to Sam every single time. He says, Flick will probably play a low block in the first 30 minutes to confuse them and ruin the planned tactic because they will think that he's using a high line. They'll prepare for that. Flick will surprise them. Listen, I hope that's the case. I hope that is the case. If he plays a low, listen, I don't want him to play basically defensive football against you guys. I want him to play a low block when we do lose the ball, but I also expect him to go forward. I think that our attack should remain the way it is. Madrid have no Courtois, Carvajal. Yeah, man. Like no I actually forgot to mention about him. He's actually going to be a huge miss. So no Courtois, no Carvajal in defense. It will take a miracle for them not to score again. Yeah, man. Listen, I think that we will score. I don't know if we're going to win, but I'm confident we will get goals. There will be goals in this game. I'm sorry. If this game ends 0-0, it's going to be extremely disappointing. I think we will see goals in this game. I'm not worried about either team not scoring. I am not worried, man. I think we both of us will get the goals in this game. Absolutely. But yeah, man. Yeah, make sure you guys get your chats in, man, because I do wanna basically hear what you guys think of like the performances and everything. But as far as like performance is concerned, there's a lot to take in. Says I hear what you're saying. Playing a highlight and stuff. Just first 30 minutes against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich had my palms sweating. How did we do? No, I hear that. Lou. But here is the thing. At the end of the day, if you watch that Bayern game, when those first 30 minutes, they were so aggressive in the way they were attacking us, they could not sustain that for 90 minutes. In fact, the reason why the first 30 minutes went the way they did is exactly why they ended up losing the game. Because you could see after the 30th minute, these guys were literally gassed out. Why? Because they were playing way too aggressive against us. They were playing so aggressively against us. At the end of the day, when they were completely drained out of energy, we completely destroyed them. That's why when we got the second goal, they could not come back and be more aggressive because they were tired. Yeah, man. Look up to Sam every time. He says they have Vasquez at right back. Rafinha is going to do something. He has something for us. They have Vasquez at right back. Rafinha has something for us. They will have, and they also have no Rodrigo in, which is good news for us. Now I hear it. Like, listen, I'm looking forward to that Rafinha. I'm looking forward to that Rafinha Vasquez, but that I'm looking forward to that. 2018. Wow. Big up to you, Barrio, but I wouldn't necessarily even say 2018. I'll probably say even longer than that. I'll probably say this is probably the best, the Classic I'm looking forward to since probably 20, ironically, 2017. I think 2017 when we beat them 3-2. That's the closest I'm probably gonna say. Or probably even 2016, because 2016 we were both good. We were like at the top of our games when we played each other. Yeah, man. Big up to Sam again. He says, "Will you start Fermin Lopez or Danny Olmo?" For me, it's Olmo. Olmo deserves the spot because he's better. He has better ball control. And against Madrid, we need control of the ball more to make them drop deep and be less threat for Barca. That's why I'm. That's why I want him to start. Honestly, I think the midfield should be Casado, Pedri, and Dani Olmo. I would keep Casado. Casado has proven that he's good defensively. He can get the ball from the defense and start the attack. So I would start him, and I would bench Fermin Lopez, and I would start Pedri because Pedri is in good form. You can't bench Pedri. You understand what I'm saying? So I would start Pedri, and then I would play what's his name? Uh, Dani Olmo. Because you're right, Dani Olmo's ball control, and he's and I'll be real with you, right? He's so good at starting our attacks. It's so scary. Like if you saw the way he started the season, it was an absolute joke, man. Barrier says, but yeah, big up to Lou again. He says, if Barca want balls, no, I'm not saying that. That is too much of an AO. He says Daniel Olmo should start because he's aggressive. This is why I want him to start. I want him to start. Yeah, man. Yeah, true. The best ones were around the mid 2000s, but 2018 was around. Yeah, I think that is why. I think that is why that Classico is remember. But to be perfectly honest with you, that Classico wasn't good. I mean, it was a great game, but Madrid were not exactly in good form in the league. They won the Champions League, but they were poor in the they did not care about the league. So in the league, it wasn't necessarily a Classico that was incredibly worrying. If Barcelona want to play a little bit more aggressive, defensive, bring Dani Olmo in the second half. I'm looking forward to seeing how the manager plays tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking forward to seeing how he plays tomorrow because look, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. We're going to get tested. We're going to really, really, really get tested. And listen, I'm excited about the game tomorrow because, like I said, I want to know what to expect from this team this season. Because even though we've been playing incredibly well, our game against Bayern Munich was probably the first game where I was like, all right, this is the first test where we're actually not gonna get much of the chances, and we're playing against a team that can cause us problems. Because even though Dortmund are not as good, sorry, Bayern are not as good as they were in the past, Bayern still have a good attack. Harry Kane is still a good striker. They still have a good attack, but the way we were able to nullify them and get the win, impressive. Like I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say. Yeah, man. Big up to everyone who's currently here, man. Listen, we got like 10 people in here, man. Make sure you guys smash the likes. All right, guys. Make sure you guys smash those likes, man. Have we reached 10 likes yet? One second, let me see. Have we actually reached 10 likes yet? I need to make sure, man, because listen, man, let's get the likes up. Let's see. Did we get it on 10 likes? All right. We just hit 10 likes, man. Big up to everyone, man. Make sure, listen, man, let's get it to 15. Let's get it to 15. 15 likes. Let's go. Come on, man. Let's go. It says, if Flick is so confident in the high line against Madrid, I hope he can analyze the. If he's so confident in the high line against Madrid, I hope he analyzes the way Madrid play. Yeah, listen, playing high line against Madrid is against this Madrid team is suicide, man. It is. It is. I'm sorry, but it is. If they like, this is why, because you know why I'm worried. It's you have to understand. Ancelotti is a active manager. He watches games, bro. This guy has been watching us this season. He's been looking at our team and looking at our weaknesses. And the reason I know that is because watch Madrid. Madrid don't play the same kind of formation every game. There's a reason for that. It's because Ancelotti actually does his homework against his opponents. You understand what I'm saying? And I am sure in that game against Bayern, he was doing his homework. He saw the high line that we were playing, and he was saying, "Yo, Vinny and Mbappe, they're gonna be the front line." That's why I'm telling you, man. He's gonna play the diamond against us. And it's going to be a tough game, man. It's going to be a long night. Yeah, I absolutely hear this. Listen, man, let's get the likes up. How many likes are we at? We at 15 already. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these likes up. Come on, man. Yeah, come on, man. Let's get the likes up, man. Listen, are you not entertained? Let's do it. Let's do this, man. Come on. Because he says, up to Sam, he says, Ancelotti has no proper plan. He will always just pack the bus and hit on the car. Nah, man, I disagree. I disagree, Sam. I absolutely disagree. I disagree. I disagree. I disagree. Dude, don't listen. Carlo Ancelotti is a G. I don't care if he's if he's a Madrid coach, bro. There's a reason why this guy has won 2 Champions Leagues in the last 3 years, man. Let's put some respect on his name. Like let's not kid ourselves. This guy, this guy is a joke. This guy always finds a way to always get things done. And people that don't like Madrid or don't like Ancelotti will always use that against them. But this is the thing, bro. You have to be realistic. This guy is a joke. He's an absolute joke. The way, the fact that they're always in and around, like the fact that, like I saw it even against City. People say, "Oh, it's park the bus." No, he plays a certain style against certain teams. When he plays against City, he knows he's not gonna get a lot of the ball. So what does he do? He parks the bus because he knows he's not gonna get the ball. So he's not gonna even bother to go head to head against them. It's suicide against Madrid, against City. That's why they have City's number. That's why, despite the fact that City, as good as they are, they don't always beat Madrid. They always struggle against Madrid, even when they beat them. Yeah, man. No, Ancelotti didn't analyze the Bayern game. He's just trying to lie. No, bro. No, bro. Listen, don't 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 let his press conferences and all those things fool you. Do not let this guy fool you. This guy, bro, he knows. He knows, bro. He's been watching us. He's not gonna sit there and say that he's been watching us. But he knows, bro. Like, bro, we are flying in the league. We are absolutely flying in the league. You think he's not watching us this season and knowing that he has to deal with that? Yeah, man. They were lucky against City. They defended for one. But that's the thing, bro. It's against City. It's against City, Sam. Bro, watch which team in Europe plays against City gung ho and actually survives. Did you watch their last game against Arsenal? Arsenal got a draw. They should have won that game. But look at that game, bro. They took their chances and you know what they did? Sat back the whole game. That's how you beat Pep. That's how you beat Pep. Like you can hate on it all you want. That's how you beat Pep. He knows his Madrid team can play dominant football. They aren't built for possession kind of football. Yeah, listen, possession kind of football is not for everyone, Sam. Possession style of football. Like I know as Barcelona fans, this is how we play. So it's hard for us to see other teams not playing the way we are. But that's the thing, bro. The way we play is different. We play different kinds of football. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Our style of football is special. Like Pep is ingrained in the Barca system, and everywhere he goes, he plays with the Barca system. So yeah, this is I really want us to face it. Listen, man, I need to see what we do for the rest of the season before I'm ready for that kind of smoke. Yeah. They did. But bro, let's be real. Club had a few wins against City, but even when they were playing City, bro, they weren't always in control of the ball. Yeah, they were aggressive. It was a back and forth game because every time they had the ball, they would go forward. That's the difference. They weren't parking the bus. They weren't parking the bus. They would sit back, get the ball, and then they would also do the attacking. For other teams, they don't do that. They when they get the ball back, they just try to basically waste time to just make sure that they can get out of there with anything. But yeah, at the end of the day, when it comes to Madrid, when it comes to Ancelotti, bro, that's the thing. And against us, bro, he's not gonna play entertaining football at all. Don't ever get it twisted. It's gonna be absolutely dog shit. He could play the most dog shit, back the bus kind of football. But if you think that they don't have threats, that kind of parking the bus, he's just gonna park the bus and just sit back. Nah, bro. He will give us the respect that we deserve by not going too over forward. But when they get the ball, you can bet your bottom dollar that they will cause us problems. We play a similar kind of football to Liverpool under club. A flat transitional counter high pressing football. I mean, a little bit. I think um I think the kind of style of play that we play is more of tick, tiki taka and a little bit of high intensity attacking football when we do go forward. I think that's how we're doing it. But yeah, this Liverpool team don't. This Liverpool do not have club struts. I mean, bro, they're top of the league though. So yeah, I've already said. The Barca fan in me is saying that we're gonna win 3-2. And the more realistic side of me is saying that it's probably going to be a draw 2-2 or 3-3. But then again, Madrid can also beat us. If we play a high line and they catch that high line there, bro, we're done. We are done. Yeah. I would say Flick has removed all of those useless passing like Xavi and drag and won't drag him to use. I mean, but Sam, you've been watching us this season, man. We're still playing that. You know what it is? It's not that we're not playing that passing football. I think the difference is we're passing with a purpose. That's the difference between this team and the team of this last season. I think that we're playing with a more aggressive style of football, right? When we pass the ball, we don't just pass the ball to just, hold on to the ball and keep possession. No. We're passing the ball because we're intending to have that we're intending for the forward players to go forward and actually get that one long pass and actually get the goal. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with this, Sam. I think that we're playing more aggressive. Basically, we're more straightforward with our passing. It's not none of this. Oh yeah, let's pass it here and pass it that side and pass it everywhere and all of these stuff. The combination between players is much better. Yeah, I hear. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. But yeah, man. Listen, we've been here almost an hour, man. Big up to everyone that's currently locked in. Like I said, man, let's get it to. Have we gotten to 15 likes yet? Let's get it to 15, man. Let's see. Have we gotten to 15 yet? Come on, man. We're still at 11, man. What's going on? Let's get these likes up, man. Let's get these likes up. Come on, y'all. Hold on. Redirect. Yeah, man. Big up to everybody that is currently here, man. Let's see. I'm subscribed. Like you, like you. Another Barcelona fan channel. Hey, man. Listen, man. Always love to be talking to Barcelona fans. And listen, at the end of the day, I'm glad that a lot of Barca fans are beginning to subscribe. Because listen, this is a footballing channel, but it's also a Barca channel. So the more Barcelona fans, if you have any Barca fans that you guys know, listen, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel because I'm trying to build a community here. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to build a Barca community, footballing community, right? Listen, it's not just a Barca community because I have a lot of fans who are outside of Barcelona, like I have Premier League fans because I do talk a lot about Premier League football here as well. So at the end of the day, and big up to Godfrey, man. You doing the Lord's work, man. Big up to you, man. Big up to you every time. But my point is, I'm building a community here, and I want to bring football fans here. I want to bring Barca fans here. Because listen, if I get a lot of enough Barca fans here, I would like to do like a, very similar to a lot of what other channels do, where I'm gonna be giving Barcelona fans a voice. I'll be doing like videos where I invite Barca fans to my channel, and we can analyze stuff and have different opinions and stuff like that. But yeah, man, if you guys make sure if you guys have any Barca fans that you have a friend that has a friend that has a friend who's a Barcelona fan, make sure they subscribe. All right, man, make sure you guys are subscribed and turn on notifications every single time. We're almost an hour here, guys. Let's get it to 15 likes before we leave, man. If Madrid beat you, it says beat you by more than 4, then you sing. Let me tell you something, Barrio. I would genuinely rather drink kerosene before I would drink kerosene before I ever sing that song. Do you understand? Do you understand? There's no amount of deals that you can give me to make me want to sign to make me sing that song. Okay? I genuinely, bro. I would genuinely rather drink paint before I sing that song. You feel me? Yeah, man. Big up to you, buddy, every single time, man. Big up to you every single time. But yeah, man, it's almost we're almost about to wrap up. This has been an amazing stream. Well, this stream has actually gone for so long. I've actually enjoyed like talking to everyone in here, man, because I love this community, man. We're talking. A lot of people are here. A lot of people making sure that this is on social media. Let's get this all out there for everyone to watch. All right, man. How many likes are we at now? Let me see. Are we still at 11 likes? Man, I'm disappointed, man. Listen, at the end of the day, we've had a lot of people here, man. Listen, we've been here for an hour, man. Hey, man, listen, man. We got to be travelers over here. Listen, Barrio. I would never make. Listen, imagine I made you started singing Arsenal songs. To be fair, do Arsenal even have songs? I don't even know. What about Tottenham? Do Tottenham even have songs? I don't think any club has songs, man. But yeah, man. Vinicius will look like. I mean, we already know how he moves, bro. We know how he moves. Let's be real. We know how he moves. At the end of the day, man, listen. He's a scumbag, but listen, man, he's a threat. That's what he is. He's a threat, and as long as that threat is there, man, don't ever sleep on that team. Don't ever sleep on that team, man. But yeah, man, listen, man. It's almost time for us to wrap up. This has been an amazing show. Oh yeah, there we go, Barrio. Imagine I made you sing this song. Imagine I made you sing North London Forever. Imagine. Yeah. This guy. He says, our players need to not fall for the traps. We need to try and respond. I mean, look, I don't think they will. I think that a lot of the players now know what Vinicius is like because we played them a few times. I would never do anything for Arsenal. So yeah. Listen, man. So don't be sitting here telling me to be singing songs now. This guy, bro, sitting. You're acting fraudulent over here, man. None of that fraudulent movement over here, man. Well, big up to you, buddy, man. Every single time. But yeah, man, we're almost about to wrap up. It's been an oh man, we're all right. We are 13. We are 13 now, man. We got 13 people already. We already got 13 people liking the stream. Make sure you guys like the stream before you go, man. Make sure you guys like the stream, guys. But listen, man, we're gonna be wrapping up soon. Um before so I'll say this before I do go. Fuck Real Madrid, fuck their club, fuck their players, fuck their manager, fuck everybody in associated with that club. I hope that we beat you guys. And when we do, I'm going to be smoking on that Madrid pack. I'm going to make sure I absolutely flame every single Madrid fan or anyone who is associated with Madrid. I don't care if you're a Madrid fan. If you're a Madrid fan by association, you're getting flamed. You understand what I'm saying? You guys don't want to see me when we win. When we win, I'm going after everybody. You understand? Everybody's getting it. You understand that? Let me hold on to this. When we win, and you know what? I'm not even going to be too overconfident. If we win, right? If we win, I promise you, my brothers, everybody who's here, we got 8 people in here, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be watching. When Barcelona win against Madrid, I promise you, man, nobody's going to want to deal with me. I will be the most irritating person on YouTube. Okay? I'll be over everybody. This is everyone. And I mean, I'm talking to you, Dave. I'm talking to you, Will, from Football Carnage. I'm talking to you, Lee Gunner, because I know you watch my streams. All right, bro? And you are a customary Real Madrid fan. Guess what? I'm talking to you. All right? You are going to get smoked. All right? Sunshine, I know you're a customary Real Madrid fan. You're getting smoked. I don't care if you're a United fan. You support you. I'm sorry, you're a United fan. You support Madrid. You support Mbappe. Guess what? You're getting smoked too. All right, Flawless, you're also gonna get it because I know you support Madrid too. All right, man. Everybody who I know who's a Madrid fan is getting it. Sam, pick up to my guy Sam, not you, Sam, on the comments. There's another Sam who's a Madrid fan who I actually know. I'll have him tomorrow after the game. All right, he will also be there. Listen, you're also getting smoked. The people, Jacob from Let's Be Real podcast. I'll get you too as well. Farouk, big up to my guy Farouk every single time. You're also getting flamed. Guess who else is gonna get flamed? Mohammed, because I saw you yesterday in the comments in the Let's Be Real podcast sitting there talking all your smoke. I promise you, bro. if you do your stream, because I know you do streams, right? I will be the most shameless person on that stream. I promise you, bro. You do not want to lose to us because you are going to see the shameless Barcelona fan in me. Because I was so shameless yesterday when I was on your stream, but you will see them just tomorrow. I promise you, man. And for those of you who are saying it's today, guys, listen, it's America, bro. It's 8:35 here, so we're still on Friday over here. So big up to everybody who's here. Make sure you guys like this stream. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on notifications, and peace, you guys. Take care. Fuck Madrid.